Welcome to Arcade Sunday. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to check out the playlists, especially the ones around repairs and maintenance. In today's video, I'm going to show off some of my old equipment lying around in my garage, and I think some of it might actually help in a future project. Stay tuned.
It's Arcade Sunday.
Okay, so this is the sum total of the stuff I've had in storage for some time. It's basically stuff left over from old cabinets and the likes. So this is basically some of the stuff I got when I bought some of these machines, some real classic old leaf buttons, for example. Old control panel with a very strange 4-button per side layout. Yeah, some strange work over here with soldered lines, etc. Have a couple of power supplies. Apparently this one is working. I'm not sure, but it says it's working. Okay, so some of the other oddities, in fact, this is part of a wiring harness for, I believe this was in my Neo-Geo machine. This would have been hooking up the 2-player control panel to the jammer edge. Yeah, so in this box here, it's got a very old leaf switched joystick base. This is basically how a joystick works. If you don't know, it basically goes through there, and then as you move, it would push up against these leaves, make contact, and yeah, pretty straightforward system. It's so simple and so indestructible. Great. This I believe is a part of a coin acceptor. Just trying to figure out how it all went together. I think I just stripped everything off here just to use some spares for another coin mech, but basically I believe the coin actually sits inside here. It says remove backwards to replace coin. I would presume that it says remove backward. I suppose it means back end. Through the magic of electromagnetism, this would read the coin falling between there and there, and accept the coin or reject it, I presume. So here's the backing of that little box here. It says select the appropriate coin for setting. If you can adjust it strict or slack sensitivity. And there's actually the pinouts listed here. It's actually quite handy for an operator to see that on site to do some repairs. Alright, so here's another power supply. I know this was working when I was using it. This powered my Neo-Geo machine, or my Neo-Geo hardware previously, so this one I know well worked the last time I used it, which was about 3 years ago. Hopefully it still works. So now we get to something interesting. There is one of my 2 MVS original machines. This is listed as a M1BPV board. I don't know quite exactly what the real model. I suppose I could look at this when I take the cartridge out, which we shall do now here quickly. This is a Super N1, some multi-game cartridge. Here's the damaged jammer edge. Some operator actually had soldered cables directly onto this jammer edge. I mean, seriously. But anyway, so I've tried to clean it up as much as possible. I did actually connect this to a jammer connector at one point to test it, and there was a problem, I believe, with the CPU on this board. So I think that's where the CPU is there. So this is my non-working MVS, and it's definitely in a very poor state, as you can see. It actually has a repair listed on here as 21st of 12th month 2000. So yeah, this was repaired back then. Clearly there was some other issue later on. Right, so I'm going to put that back here for now. So here over another multi-cart Super N1. It's copyright SNK, yes, but you copied all the games, didn't you? And here is my first ever Neo-Geo cartridge. This is an original MVS Metal Slug 2. It's in decent condition. I've kept it pretty much clean. It's just scratched up again just from use back in the day. Stickers coming off slightly, but look, this game is still working 100% as far as I know. 1998, made in Japan. It's my Metal Slug 2 original cartridge. Very cool. Alright, so here is my production MVS, the one that I did a lot of work on to make it work properly. There was audio issues. I recapped the entire audio section, which was fairly straightforward. It's just a bunch of caps under here, basically, that I redid, and it resolved the sound issue. I believe also that you can actually make this stereo, the MVS. Also did the battery replacement. I put a proper little universal battery for like a hand phone or mobile phone in here in place of the onboard battery, which leaks and does damage to the board after leaking. So that will resolve, well, it has resolved this board's save state issue that it may have had down the line, but now it won't have that problem because I've repaired it. This was actually repaired at Amusement Warehouse at one point. It's our local arcade resource of pool tables and spares and things for arcade games. They do now modern Pandora box type systems. They're still in operation today. Amusement Warehouse. So that's my original SNK Neo-Geo MV-1. Now I actually found the list of games for this Super England one. It's actually 161 or 150 in one. It's got a whole lot of King of Fighter versions, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2001, 2000, and 1 plus. A lot of King of Fighters. I don't know if these are all remixed, and so most of these aren't real games. They're just like sort of remixes of, like they did quite commonly on those Famicom family cartridges, where it's like a 201, but basically it's like 20 of the same game starting at different levels, so they called it like different names. Crazy. Anyway, so the whole Metal Slug series is represented here, and Samurai Showdowns, there's Last Blade, Mark of the Wolves, Art of Fighting, Puzzle Bobble 1 and 2, just Gunro. Just going through the games that I've played a lot on here. So very cool. It's an interesting cartridge, although it's a bit of a China rip-off. Right, so what do we have in here? Well, this is a game that I actually got with my one machine, and it's let's see if we can open it up and see. I actually repackaged it. I repackaged this quite neatly for possible shipping to a buyer, and it never happened. So it's basically still in shipping container since then. I just left it in here for safekeeping, but today is the day. I shall open it up, show how I packaged it. Very well, apparently. Ooh, an unboxing video. Unfortunately, it's upside down in the shot here, but let's just see if we can get it out of here. So I even made a little custom, even made this. I mean, not that anybody would have really cared except me, honestly. I actually printed this out and made this for whoever was going to buy it. So it's got the diff switch settings all printed here, so if you were the operator, you could just set these diff switches the way you wanted them to. I thought it was a nice little touch. Again, I'm the only one that would have appreciated this, I'm sure. But anyway, and then just a little picture of the flyer that would have been distributed with the original game, or so anyway, little cool little feature I put in here. Oh, there's the rest of the. Oh, that's actually all the more dip switch settings here for region, how many coins per game, etc. So I made this little care package for nobody apparently. So I even fitted this polystyrene to fit this board exactly, so in shipping it wouldn't get damaged. This is a motherboard package here. So in any event, I did package this extremely well, as you can see. So it's going to open this up, just have a quick look at the board itself and tell you what it is. Well, as you know, it's Snow Brothers, but okay, so this is what a Snow Brothers PCB looks like. Quite a small board, we say small in today's terms. This is massive, but yeah, so it's actually quite a small form factor when it was released. So nice jammer edge here. Volume control is right up there. These caps were flowed at one point by myself. I actually covered up that there, masked the ROM off there, and there's the dip switches, 2 blocks of dip switches for making changes per the diagram. In fact, all of these are masked off here so that they wouldn't get erased by accident under light. But yeah, it's my Snow Brothers jammer board. So I've had a bit of a project in the back of my mind for a while, and now that I'm looking at all this stuff, I'm thinking about maybe doing it again. And that is getting one of my machines jammer ready, so I can possibly spin up Snow Brothers and some Neo-Geo games in their original form. It's quite a daunting task because it's going to mean that I'm going to have to rewire one of my cabinets completely, which is not going to be easy, but might be fun as a project. Let me think about how I'm going to do this wiring project, and then maybe in the future I shall then get this up and running, perhaps. I certainly hope that you found that interesting. As always, have a great Arcade Gaming Week. Arcade Sunday out.